Okay, so I want to start today's video with a confession. I am right in the middle of toilet training as we speak. My daughter, my 2-year-old, we're currently doing it. This is not advice that I'm going to give you today from 15 years ago. This is happening in my house today. And I'm going to share everything I know from 15 years of professional early childhood experience and from what's actually working and not working currently. Because I think that combination of professional knowledge and real-time parenting is exactly what most toilet training advice is missing. Because look, most toilet training content is either too clinical or too vague, I find. Today, I want to give you the honest, practical, real guide. The one that acknowledges that it's messy and unpredictable and sometimes absolutely hilarious. And it also gives you the professional framework that actually makes it work. So stay to the end because I've got a free printable toilet training guide in the description, a practical reference that you can stick on the fridge for the whole family. Let's go. Okay, so first up, the biggest mistake I see with parents when it comes to toilet training, and I've seen it hundreds of times professionally, is starting before their child is genuinely ready. And that decision usually is driven by external pressure rather than the child's own development. Grandparents saying they're trained at 18 months. Friends of children who said they trained in a weekend. Social media making it look effortless. None of that is useful information when it comes to your specific child. Toilet training, it's not about age. It's about developmental signs. And those signs can appear from anywhere between 18 months to about 3.5 years usually. All that is completely normal within that range. The signs to look for. Your child is aware of when they're doing a wee or a poo. They might go quiet, squat, or tell you when it's happening. They can follow simple 2-step instructions. They can pull their pants up and down with some help. They show some interest in the toilet or the potty, even just curiosity. Their nappy is staying drier for longer periods during the day. You need most of those signs. Not all of them, but most of them. If you start before they're developmentally ready, you're not training the child. You're training yourself to watch for signals and rush to the toilet. That's exhausting, and it doesn't build the genuine skill you're, waiting for. So with my 2-year-old, the signs she was doing was just pointing at the toilet, being aware, saying that she'd done wee-wees or poo-poos, and just sometimes taking her nappy off herself when she'd done something. When we noticed those signs, we knew that she was ready for us to begin this journey. Okay, so before you start, you need to make one big decision. Okay? Potty on the floor or toilet seat insert with a step. And honestly, either of them work. It comes down to your child's preference and your household setup. The potty on the floor, it's portable, child size, and less intimidating for some children. The toilet seat with that step keeps it all in one place. It's easier to maintain hygiene and transitions more naturally to using a regular toilet independently. My professional recommendation, introduce both and let your child show you which one they would like. Some children love the independence of their own potty. Others want to do it exactly how the big people do it, and the toilet makes them feel grown up. What matters more is whichever one you choose, make sure you stick with it. Pick the approach, set it up properly, and stay the course. Switching between the two, like in the midst of it, creates confusion. Other equipment worth having. A good supply of training pants. Not pull-ups, actual training pants with some absorbency. Waterproof mattress protector for nights and nap times. Portable travel potty for outings. Lots of spare clothes. And honestly, a good sense of humour. Okay, so look. There's dozens of toilet training methods out there. There's the 3-day method, the child-led approach, timer-based training. All of them have merit and all of them work for some children and not others. After numerous years of supporting families through this, I've landed on an approach that combines the best elements of all of them. Here's what I recommend. Start on a weekend or a stretch of days where you're at home and you can focus. Have the potty or toilet insert set up and accessible. Explain to your child that in simple language that they're going to start using the toilet like a big person. Make it matter of fact and positive, not a big dramatic event. In those first few days, offer the toilet regularly, every hour or so, or hour and a half. Before meals, after meals, before leaving the house, you're building the habit and the body awareness simultaneously. When they succeed, celebrate warmly, but not excessively. A genuine, "Well done, you did it," is better than a parade with the flags and the fireworks. You want them to feel proud of themselves, not performing for your reaction. When they have an accident, and they will, many times, keep your response completely neutral. "That's okay, wheeze go on the toilet, let's get you changed." No frustration, no disappointment, no big deal. The accident is information about where they are in the process. It is not a failure. Okay, so I want to talk specifically about accidents because how you respond to them is one of the most important factors in how quickly and confidently your child trains. Children don't have accidents to frustrate you. They have accidents because the neural pathways connecting bladder awareness to the conscious decision to go to the toilet, they're still developing. This is a physical developmental process, not a behavioural choice. A child who has an accident and sees frustration, disappointment, or anger from their parent learns that accidents are shameful. The shame creates anxiety around the whole process. Anxious children, they take longer to train and are more prone to aggression. A child who has an accident, though, and sees complete calm and matter-of-fact response learns that accidents are just part of learning something new. They move on quickly and then they try again. The script I recommend personally for every accident: "That's okay, wheeze go in the toilet, let's get you cleaned up and try again soon." Same words every time. Calm tone every time. Then move on completely. I know it's hard when you're cleaning up the fourth accident though of the morning. I know it's hard when it happens in public or at someone else's house. But your reaction in those moments is shaping your child's relationship with their own body and in their own confidence with the process. It's worth the effort to stay regulated. So one of the things parents dread about toilet training is leaving the house. The fear of accidents in public, the logistical challenge of just trying to find toilets quickly, the anxiety about long car journeys, these are all real things. Here's my honest advice. Don't hide at home for weeks. Getting out and about is actually important for toilet training because it teaches your child to manage their bladder in different environments and with different levels of distraction. So what to do before leaving the house? Always offer the toilet before you go, regardless of whether they need it. Pack a complete change of clothes plus a spare. Carry a portable travel potty for the car or places without easy toilet access. Know where the toilets are at your destination before you need them urgently too. For longer car journeys, the travel potty in the boot of your car is your best friend. Pull over calmly and quickly when needed. Don't make it stressful. Build in toilet stops every hour or so rather than just waiting for the desperate moment. And if an accident happens in public, the same calm response applies. You have a change of clothes. You can handle it. It's not the disaster that it feels like in that moment. Okay, so this next section is one of the most important things I want you to take away from this video. Nighttime dryness is completely psychologically separate from daytime toilet training. See, daytime toilet training is about conscious control and awareness. Nighttime dryness, though, depends on the development of a hormone called ADH, which is the antidiuretic hormone. That reduces urine production during sleep. Children cannot control when this hormone develops. This isn't something you can train. Most children develop reliable nighttime dryness somewhere between 3 and 5 years old, sometimes not even till later. This is completely normal though, and has nothing to do with how well they're progressing with daytime training. My advice: keep nappies and pull-ups for nap and night times when you focus on daytime training. Don't try and tackle both simultaneously. It creates unnecessary pressure and sets children up for failure at night when they genuinely can't control what's happening. When your child starts waking up with a dry nappy consistently, that's your signal that their body is ready for nighttime training. Let the body lead the timeline rather than imposing one externally. Okay, so now I want to talk about when toilet training doesn't go smoothly, because sometimes it doesn't. And when that happens, parents often interpret it as something they've done wrong or a sign that something is wrong with their child. Almost always, neither of them are true. Regression. A child who is doing well and then suddenly starts having lots of accidents again is extremely common. It always happens in response to change or stress, a new sibling, starting childcare, moving house, a change in family routine. Sometimes a child who seems completely settled, though, can regress in response to something that seems minor to us, but feels significant to them. The response to regression is the same as response to accidents, though. Calm, neutral, matter of fact. Don't express disappointment about going backwards. Just return to the basics and give it time. Resistance, though. A child who refuses to go to the toilet is your clearest signal to stop and wait. Forced toilet training never works and often makes the process significantly harder down the track. A child who has had a power struggle over the toilet can take much longer to train than a child who just wasn't ready yet. If your child is showing genuine resistance, back off completely for about 4 to 6 weeks. Return to nappies without drama or commentary. And then try again when the resistance has passed. It's not failure. This is reading your child correctly and responding to what they need. Toilet training is genuinely tiring. The vigilance required in those early weeks, watching for signals, offering the toilet regularly, responding to accidents calmly, doing the laundry, managing outings. It's a real load on top of everything else parenting already involves. Look, give yourself permission to find it hard. Give yourself permission to have moments where you don't respond as calmly as you'd like. Apologize if need. Move on and try again next time. Share the load with your partner when you can. Take turns. Make sure one of you is getting some proper rest so the other can manage the busyness. You're a team and this is a team effort. And remember, this phase is temporary. Every child does get there. In a few months from now, this will be behind you and you'll look back on it. There will be, the same as every other hard parenting phase. Proud that you got through it and slightly amazed at how quickly it passed. I had to remind myself a few days ago. My 2-year-old woke up and she said she wanted to wear big girl undies. We sat her on the toilet. She didn't do anything. We had that chat. And within 2 minutes, she peed all over the bed. So we had to take the duvet and the covers and everything to the laundry on a day I really didn't fancy doing that. But as I said, I allowed myself that moment. And, looking back, it wasn't that bad at all. So, hey, I'm going to go right back to toilet training after I've finished recording this. Wish me luck. Here's what I want you to hold on to, though, before I go. Toilet training, it's not a race. Your child's readiness is not a reflection of your parenting. You're not in competition against other parents with children of the same age. Accidents are part of the process, not evidence of failure. And every single child, every single one, does get there eventually. Trust your child. Trust the process. Stay calm through the accidents. Celebrate the successes warmly. And be patient with yourself as much as you're being patient with them. Look, the free printable toilet training guide is in the description below. The key signs of readiness, the approach, the accident response script, and the nighttime training information, all of that in one place. Look, if this helped you today, please hit subscribe. And if you know someone who's going through the same thing with their child, please share the video with them too. Look, I've got so much more coming on this channel. And if you're in the middle of toilet training right now, drop a comment below. Tell me where you're up to. We're all in this together. And as always, don't forget, let's all walk in love and peace.